In Africa stands the world's longest dam, constructed by China, surpassing the Three Gorges Dam in length threefold and dwarfing the Hoover Dam by 25 times. How long is this dam exactly, and why did economically challenged Sudan invest heavily in its construction? China, globally renowned for its infrastructure prowess, extends its influence to Sudan in Africa, where the world's longest dam, the Merowe Dam, spans over 9,300 meters within the borders of Sudan. The Merowe Dam is undeniably a product of China. In 2003, two major Chinese hydropower giants secured the contract in Sudan, triumphing over 55 competitors. By March 3, 2009, the China International Water and Electric Corporation, leading the project, along with China Water and Electric Corporation, formed the CCM consortium, completing the Merowe Dam project with a total investment exceeding $1.6 billion. To understand the motivations and significance behind this project, let's delve into Sudan's geographical and economic context. Sudan, an economically lagging agricultural nation in East Africa, ranks as the third largest country in Africa, often referred to as the furnace of the world. With an average annual temperature of 30 degrees Celsius, the northern regions resemble the arid Sahara Desert, while the southern areas are characterized by humid swamps. Despite water resources in Sudan, limited arable land, outdated infrastructure, and alternating floods and droughts have led to significant hardships for the population. Sudan also faced worrisome power supply conditions before 2003, relying on scattered fuel generators for electricity. The Nile River, flowing over 6,700 kilometers with more than 2,000 kilometers passing through Sudan, holds immense hydroelectric potential. However, Sudan's weak industrial base and low technological capabilities prevented the independent construction of a massive hydroelectric facility spanning the Nile. Through the concerted efforts of Chinese enterprises and over 5,400 workers, the Merowe Dam was eventually completed, with all 10 generating units of the power station connected to the grid on April 8, 2010. This realization fulfilled Sudan's half-century dream, providing a total installed capacity of 1,250 megawatts, doubling the national electricity supply. Electricity costs were reduced, and a newly constructed 50,000-volt high-voltage transmission line transported electricity nationwide, establishing a national grid centered around the Merowe Dam. Affordable hydropower replaced crude oil for electricity generation, altering Sudan's energy structure. This not only met power demand but also supported foreign exchange earnings through exports. The Merowe Dam, more than a power generation facility, improved the ecological environment along the Nile's banks, creating water channels, adding arable land, benefiting over 4 million Sudanese farmers, and reshaping Sudan's agricultural landscape. Revered as the Lifeline Dam of Sudan, the Merowe Dam symbolizes the country's takeoff. However, managing the world's longest river, the Nile, is no easy task. In the Sudanese stretch, the Nile is shallow, with extremely gentle slopes on both sides. To elevate the Nile's water level for power generation, an extensive reservoir had to be created upstream, with a total capacity of 12.4 billion cubic meters, resulting in the staggering length of the dam reaching 9.7 kilometers. Thus, the Merowe Dam project entailed colossal engineering volume and construction difficulty, involving comprehensive and intricate technologies. Typically, a dam involves one or two dam types, but the Merowe Dam, with its extraordinary length, necessitated the use of 5 dam types tailored to different requirements. These included concrete panel-faced rockfill dams, clay core rockfill dams, concrete gravity dams, and earthfill river diversion dams. Among these, the concrete panel-faced rockfill dam formed the core of the entire dam, with a total length of 5.8 kilometers and a panel area of 215,000 square meters, setting a world record for panel dams. Located in a semi-desert region, the Merowe Dam faced extremely harsh construction conditions, prone to cracking due to external structural and geological constraints. In the dam's environment, with large temperature variations and severe aridity, Chinese engineers brought domestic construction experience to implement computer stress simulations, insulation curing, and timely crack treatment, successfully navigating the risk of dam cracking. One of the most critical components of the Merowe Dam is the clay and gravel core wall, constituting the core volume of the entire dam. On the upstream side of the earth dam on both banks, large stone material is required to protect the dam. The project invested significant effort into quarrying, employing the technique of squeeze blasting to enhance overall efficiency. Chinese engineers continuously adjusted parameters, improved processes, and ultimately established the most effective blasting procedure, providing robust support for the entire dam's construction to meet the schedule. Constructing such a colossal project required an enormous amount of reinforcement, cement, mechanical equipment, and supplies. Sudan's weak industrial base meant most materials had to be imported, predominantly from China, significantly increasing the difficulty and cost of material procurement. Customs transportation within Sudan posed a severe problem due to underdeveloped local conditions, with limited transportation capacity and frequent interruptions. Furthermore, the port's equipment was outdated and management was chaotic, resulting in slow loading and unloading speeds. Vessels waiting at anchor often required a week before docking. To ensure that material supply could keep up with the project progress, a unified material support system was implemented, categorizing materials into urgent and ordinary parts. Urgently needed materials were transported by emergency air freight, even though detailed plans had to be made a month in advance for emergency air transport. Other materials were shipped via regular sea freight. Considering the local transportation capacity, the project even directly imported transport vehicles from China, forming a specialized transportation fleet. Despite these challenges, the Chinese construction team not only successfully completed the work but also planted a large number of greenery in the surrounding areas. Coupled with the completion of the Merowe Reservoir, the humidity in the surrounding environment increased, transforming the desert into an oasis and attracting numerous tourists. Many foreign engineers highly praised China's construction achievements. The Merowe Dam not only stores water but also generates electricity. Sudan has long faced power shortages, with frequent blackouts severely hampering the country's future economic development. Therefore, Sudan, anticipating the future, constructed power facilities in advance, laying the foundation for future development. Additionally, over 45% of Sudan's GDP comes from agriculture, employing over half of the population in agricultural production. With Sudan's population growing rapidly, future demands for agricultural and domestic water are expected to rise. Simultaneously, Sudan aspires to develop its industry, which also has enormous water resource requirements. Coupled with Sudan's recent economic growth due to the oil sector, the demand for electricity continues to expand. It can be said that the Merowe Dam addressed a series of significant issues for Sudan. Hence, the people of Sudan affectionately refer to the Merowe Dam as the Lifeline Dam. This reservoir has completely transformed the way of life for the Sudanese people and profoundly altered Sudan's political, economic, and cultural landscape. It's safe to say that this dam is not just an engineering project but also a symbol of the country's future development. As we conclude our journey exploring the monumental Merowe Dam, a testament to China's engineering prowess and Sudan's vision for progress, we invite you to share your thoughts on this incredible feat. How do you perceive the intersection of infrastructure, international collaboration, and the transformative impact on the lives of the Sudanese people? Drop your comments below. Let's engage in a global conversation on the significance of such projects and the role they play in shaping the future. If you found this exploration fascinating, don't forget to subscribe for more deep dives into the interconnected stories that shape our world.